If you're planning your first trip to the Philippines, you're probably excited about the beaches, the friendly people, the tropical weather, and, of course, Filipino food. Filipino cuisine can be absolutely delicious. From crispy pork and grilled seafood to tropical fruits and incredible street food, there is a lot to discover. But here's the thing, not every Filipino food is going to be for you. Some dishes have strong smells, others have unusual textures, and a few are definitely an acquired taste, especially if you're coming from Europe, North America, or another country where these foods aren't common. So today, we're counting down 5 Filipino foods you might want to think twice about trying, especially if you're a first-time visitor. And just to be clear, these foods aren't bad. Millions of Filipinos love them. This is simply about foods that many foreigners find challenging. Let's get started. Number 5. Balut. Let's start with perhaps the most famous Filipino food that makes foreigners nervous, balut. If you've never heard of it, balut is a fertilized duck egg that has been incubated until the embryo has developed, then boiled and eaten from the shell. You'll find balut sold by street vendors, particularly in the evening. For Filipinos, balut can be a tasty snack. It's usually eaten with salt, vinegar, or a little chili. But for a first-time foreign visitor, the experience can be quite shocking. The biggest challenge isn't necessarily the flavor. It's the appearance and texture. When you open the shell, you can see the developing duck embryo. Depending on how developed it is, you may encounter soft bones, feathers, and other recognizable features. And that's where many people simply say, nope. If you're adventurous, you can certainly give it a try, but don't feel pressured. There's no rule saying that visiting the Philippines means you have to eat balut. And here's an important tip. If you decide to try it, buy it from a reputable vendor and make sure it's properly cooked and handled. Number 4. Dinuguan. Number 4 is dinuguan, sometimes called Filipino blood stew. The name alone might make some visitors hesitate. Dinuguan is traditionally made using pork and a savory sauce that includes pig's blood, vinegar, garlic, chili, and other seasonings. The result is a dark, rich, slightly sour, and savory stew. And here's the surprising part. It can actually taste really good. The problem for many foreigners isn't the taste, it's knowing what they're eating. If you're comfortable with blood-based dishes, you may find dinuguan delicious. If you're not, however, simply hearing the ingredients might make it difficult to enjoy. The flavor is generally rich and intense, with vinegar providing a distinctive sourness. It's also often served with rice, or in some regions with puto, a soft Filipino rice cake. So, if you're someone who enjoys trying unusual traditional foods, dinuguan could be an interesting experience. But if the thought of eating a blood-based stew makes your stomach turn, you might want to choose something else from the menu. And remember, Filipino cuisine varies enormously from region to region, so preparation and ingredients can differ. Number 3. Isaw. Now we're heading into Filipino street food territory. Number 3 is isaw. Isaw is grilled chicken or pork intestines, usually skewered on sticks and cooked over charcoal. You can find it at street food stalls, markets, and roadside vendors. The smell of grilled isaw can actually be incredibly tempting. You get that smoky barbecue aroma, and the outside can become nicely charred. But then you remember what you're actually eating: intestines. For many foreigners, that's the moment they hesitate. And there's another important consideration: preparation. Because intestines need to be cleaned and cooked properly, food hygiene matters. If you're trying isaw, don't simply buy it from the first street vendor you see. Look for a busy stall with lots of customers, good turnover, clean preparation practices, and food that's cooked thoroughly. And don't assume that because locals are eating somewhere, food safety is automatically guaranteed. That applies to all street food. If you're willing to get past the idea of eating intestines, isaw can actually be a fun part of the Filipino street food experience. But if you're sensitive to texture or simply can't get past the ingredients, there are plenty of other things to try. Number 2, Tamilok. Number 2 is something that even adventurous travelers might find challenging: Tamilok. Tamilok is a type of marine mollusk found in mangrove areas, particularly in parts of Palawan. Despite its appearance, it's not actually a worm. It's sometimes called a shipworm, although it's biologically a type of bivalve mollusk. Tamilok is traditionally eaten raw, often with vinegar, chili, onions, and other ingredients. And this is where things get interesting. The texture is very different from what many people expect from seafood. It can be soft, slippery, and somewhat chewy. For some people, it's a fascinating delicacy. For others, the combination of the appearance, raw preparation, and texture is simply too much. If you're visiting Palawan and someone offers you tamilok, you have a choice. You can embrace the adventure and say, "When in the Philippines?" Or you can politely say, "Maybe next time." And honestly, either choice is perfectly fine. If you do try raw seafood, make sure you're getting it from a reputable establishment with good food handling practices. Number 1, Dinakdakan with strong, awful flavors. And now, number 1. This one is controversial because many Filipinos absolutely love it. We're talking about dinakdakan. Dinakdakan is an Ilocano dish traditionally made with grilled or boiled pork parts, often including the face, ears, liver, and other offal. It's typically chopped into small pieces and mixed with seasonings, onions, chili, and a souring ingredient. Some modern versions may use mayonnaise or other ingredients to create a creamier texture. For someone unfamiliar with Filipino cuisine, this can be a serious challenge. You're dealing with several textures at once: chewy pork skin, cartilage, fatty pieces, and sometimes liver. The flavor can also be quite rich, but here's why I wouldn't automatically tell you to skip it. Dinakdakan is exactly the kind of food that can give you a genuine taste of Filipino culinary culture. If you love adventurous food, this could become one of your favorites. If you're not comfortable with organ meats or unusual textures, however, you may want to pass, and that's perfectly okay. The Philippines has so many incredible dishes that you don't have to force yourself to eat something you don't enjoy. Bonus: one more food to watch out for. Before we finish, here's a bonus: durian. Technically, durian isn't a Filipino food. It's a tropical fruit found throughout Southeast Asia. But if you're traveling around the Philippines, you may encounter it, especially in Mindanao. Durian is famous for its extremely strong smell. Some people describe the aroma as sweet and fruity. Others use much less flattering descriptions. And here's the funny thing: people who love durian often absolutely love it. The creamy texture and complex flavor can be fantastic. So if you smell something incredibly strong at a Filipino market, don't immediately assume something has gone bad. You might simply be standing next to a durian. So there you have it: 5 Filipino foods that many first-time foreign visitors may find challenging. Number 5, balut. Number 4, dinuguan. Number 3, Isaw. Number 2, Tamilok. And number 1, Dinakdakan. But remember, this isn't a list of foods that are bad. Quite the opposite. These dishes are part of the incredible diversity of Filipino cuisine. The Philippines is a country with hundreds of regional dishes, and one person's no way can be another person's favorite meal. So when you visit, be adventurous, but don't feel pressured. Try something new. Ask what the ingredients are. Choose clean and reputable places. And most importantly, enjoy the experience. Because sometimes the strangest looking dish you try on vacation becomes the story you tell everyone when you get home. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for more travel, food, dating, and lifestyle content about the Philippines. And let me know in the comments, which Filipino food would you be brave enough to try? See you in the next video.